back. Episode 50 of Ethnic-ish and more a hot topic.
I love the hot topic because it was hotel and hot topic.
Look, we had a
Think
good,
about that
good,
shit.
good
It's
hotel and hot topic. God damn it.
I love it.
Listen, y'all, we got to chop it up with the wonderful A.K. Brown.
Hi.
St. Louis, y'all. So, look, tell our listeners and our viewers a little about yourself and what you do.
Oh my God. I do everything. So I am a fashion blogger, influencer. I'm a stylist, so I do everything from personal styling, wardrobe styling, editorial styling. I own my own PR business geared towards fashion and creative brands, and I am also a creative director and owner of my own clothing line.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
So what got you into the fashion industry?
Oh, wow. I've always loved fashion ever since I was like 12 or 13. From my aunt, that's just something that we always connected with. I would just remember she would like have us do these like sewing projects, like sewing a pillow and then sewing this and sewing that. So I've always been into fashion from the earliest that I could remember.
Okay. So, look, what do you feel is one of your biggest accomplishments to date? Because you've been making some moves every time I look on Facebook. And it seemed like, especially since the pandemic hit, because I know you took, and I feel like you took full advantage
of me being fired.
Well,
that's what happened. And so I worked for a product development company here in St. Louis. A lot of people actually did not realize that I used to be a product developer. They don't even know what product development is, that we had a company here in St. Louis that did that. So I was in charge of getting hats, scarves, and gloves made for like Fila, Urban Outfitters, and companies like that. Oh, wow. So I was doing that for almost 5 years, and I saw the virus happen in December of last year. Y'all knew about it in March. I knew about it in December. We got sent home in February. I got laid off or fired in April. So my whole thing was this. I've been actually doing this or been in the industry for 8 years as of January 5th. And I was begging to get out of that job. Like, I was crying almost every other day at that job. I've seen my coworkers have to get on antidepressants being at that job. And so it wasn't the ideal way that I wanted to exit out of that job, but I was out. So I basically had to come to Jesus with myself, like, this is your time. You don't know when and if you're going to get another job. Like, you need to hone in and be consistent right here, right now, because if not, you don't even need to be doing this anymore, and you just need to let it go. And so I would say, I guess my biggest accomplishment, I've been featured 2020 from everywhere from Fashion Bomb Daily to XO Nicole to St. Louis Magazine to Deluxe Magazine. I actually have a feature coming out right now with Ladue News. St. Louis Fashion Fund is trying to work with me. So if anything, it was just more so actually being able to get some of the features that I've been working for 8 years. Like, and mind you, I've been doing it for 8 years, but so 2020 would have been the 7th year. And I was talking to my friend. She told me, like, the number 7 apparently is something of symbolic meaning. Like, it means something. It means like everything is aligning. Okay. So, like, just for me to be able to say that, like, I was featured in all these outlets that I've always dreamed of being featured in, that's probably my biggest accomplishment to date.
That's what's up.
Thank you.
So how did the Black and SEL fashion picture come about?
Woo! Okay.
That shit was fire. If you ain't seen it.
It's
dope picture.
Well, thank you. And we're actually in the process of expanding on it. We're trying to do a coffee book edition. So we're going to try to gather 100 to 150 Black fashion creatives in the industry and create a coffee book. But for us, it's going to serve as like an index. So that's in the works. But around October of 2020, I basically was talking to not only my best friend, but I consider her my creative director, Courtney. I was like, look, I want to do a group photo shoot. I don't know how we're going to figure out how to do this, but I want to get together some people that I know that are killing it in the game. And it was literally more so me booking the space. I picked 25 people, but only about 14 of us showed up, which is fine because I understand schedule conflicts and all that stuff. So just pick the day, the time. I want everybody to wear black because black is beautiful and we're black. And that's honestly how it was. And because I do PR as my other business, I headed up the whole PR campaign. So I started to pitch it to numerous outlets. And then, actually, Ladue News was one of the first people to actually pick up on it. And I didn't even pitch to them. Like, she found the picture, liked it on Instagram, then hit me up in my DMs asking if I can get, or she can get my email. And then she hit me up saying, I want to cover this. I have to submit it. It may be a few weeks, but I'm trying to cover it. And then after that, St. Louis Magazine came up and then covered it too. So that's how the group photo came about.
That's what's up.
Thank you.
So look, you kind of mentioned it already. You are a fashion designer. You have your own line.
Yes.
So it is called LA
1962.
So kind of tell people how that name came about and when they can be looking out for it.
So LA 1962, it originally was actually called Lawrence Anthony. That's my dad's name backwards. So it's his first and middle name backwards. He actually gave me the idea of a clothing line when I was 16.